In Washington,
there could be a potential government shutdown once again due to Michael Johnson. Are you going to play Final Fantasy VII Rebirth? Maybe.
a story you have heard before, the government faces a partial shutdown again. A deadline is just days away now. Nancy Cordes is at the White House, where President Biden meets today with leaders from both parties to try to reach a deal. Nancy, here we go again. Good morning to you.
Good morning to you, Gail.
New Noah Samsen video. I already watched the Noah Samsen video, which I suspect is part of the reason why there's so many people in here fucking crying. Because Noah Samsen's video mentioned Destiny, and his fans very famously will swarm any negative mention of Destiny as an immediate like red alert to go in and engage in like the weirdest baits with hopes that they can find something new to clip and post on a subreddit that they will brigade, and then they will go on to Twitter to also clip that moment and post it on Twitter. That's usually how it works. It kind of backfired this last time around. It is like clockwork though.
Well, good to see you. And, you know, these meetings tend to happen only when Washington is really in a jam. And this is one of those moments. There are just 3 days left until a partial government shutdown kicks in. And some lawmakers predict it's going to happen as hard right conservatives hold up a spending bill over a number of issues, including abortion. At the same time, there's this $95 billion foreign aid package that has been in limbo for months, but is growing increasingly urgent as Ukraine runs low on artillery. Now, that's a bill that has already passed the Senate, but the Republican speaker has not yet brought it up for a vote in the House. Johnson wants Congress to pass tough new border security measures first, but he rejected a bipartisan Senate deal that would crack down on border crossing. So they're going to talk about all of that here at the White House today as well. President Biden also going to the border in Brownsville, Texas, to sell that deal later this week. He says he didn't realize.
I'm losing my fucking mind. I'm losing my mind at him still trying to package this as like a good thing. I mean, just Jesus Christ, dude. This border legislation quite literally features like key Trump proposals. I don't understand why he is riding so hard to push this. I mean, I do understand it because I don't think they give a fuck, and I think they're miscalculating. Very, very, very dumb.
When he made those plans that his Republican rival, Donald Trump, is also going to visit the border 300 miles away on the same day. This looming partial shutdown, by the way, is not a small matter. If Congress doesn't pass a funding bill by Friday, the Departments of Agriculture, Energy, and Transportation are all going to run out of money, with the Departments of Defense and Justice set to run out next Friday, Tony.
Well, we could hope something gets solved. Nancy, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
I want to thank the leaders for being here today. We got a lot of work to do. Figure out how we're going to keep funding the government, which is an important problem, an important solution we need to find, and I think we can do that. And Ukraine, I think the need is urgent. I hope we get to speak to that a little bit. And I think the consequences of inaction every day in Ukraine are dire. I've been speaking to some of our...
God damn, there's a loud ass fucking fire. What's happening? Oh, fuck. This is finally coming off. They spin it as a positive by not explaining what's in the bill and taking the very safe bet that most Americans will also never find out what is in the bill. Even better for them that the bill has no chance of passing. Even better because of Republicans. Yeah, but the problem is when you are pushing for a bill like this and you're going to the fucking border to be like, we need border security, you've lost the moral battle. You have now capitulated to white nativist framing. that the border and immigration is actually a national security concern. Every American understands that. Every American sees that. So the strategy is not worth it. Unless you do genuinely think that it's a national security concern, I guess. Like, it's not worth it. Just be like, oh, see, Republicans are hypocrites and don't care. Why? Do you want to know why it's not worth it? Because of course they're fucking hypocrites and don't care. But now you look like a hypocrite. You look like a fucking asshole and a hypocrite for running against the Trump border wall, for running against Trump's immigration policies, only to push for Trump's immigration policies yourself.
Our G7 partners, and you just got back, Chuck, they're very concerned. And also we need to, in terms of supplemental, we need to deal with the Israeli portion. But that also contains a significant portion.
Bro, there's literally hellfire
Having to do with humanitarian assistance in the Palestinian area, I think is important. And
It's hellfire,
we
baby.
have to replenish the air defenses for Israel, and we have to work on making sure they don't face the threat from, they can face the threat from what's going on in the Middle East, not just from Hamas, but from Iran. And government funding, I'm sure you guys had all of that all taken care of, but all kidding aside, I think that it's Congress's responsibility to fund the government. We got to get about doing a shutdown would damage the economy significantly, and I think we all agree to that, and we need a bipartisan solution. So I want to hear from the group, and I want to hear from all of you here. So thank you all for coming. That's what we're going to be talking about.